When Remy Ma posted her message to Papoose, no warning, no teaser, just raw honesty, the world paused. Social media went into meltdown mode. Even the staunchest hip-hop watchers blinked. Why? Because this wasn't another diss track. It wasn't another scandal or subliminal post. It was something else entirely. A confession, a yearning, a plea, and layered beneath that post was history. 2 decades of love, loyalty, trauma, triumph, and ultimately, distance. For a woman used to commanding stages and headlines, this post stripped away the armor and laid her want out loud on a public timeline. And now, everyone is asking, can love like that survive silence? They say love stories only exist in movies, but for Remy Ma and Papoose, theirs played out in bullet points on album covers, reality TV cameos, and quiet Bronx streets. Each found strength in the other. Remy was incarcerated. Papoose recorded songs about her. Papoose released Mamacita in honor of her. Together, they grew into icons. Their relationship survived prison, the glare of fame, personal loss, and industry gossip. Early footage, moments when Remy hugged Papoose backstage, tears meeting smiles, became moments that defined Black love in hip-hop. From public gloss to gritty reality, their story was raw and inspiring. And fans watched. They watched the discipline during her time behind bars, the intensity of her comeback, the loyalty Papoose maintained. And through all of it, their bond looked unbreakable. Even in the face of chaos, they looked united. But fame is a fragile thing. Loyalty is tested, emotion is buried, and eventually, people drift, even if they don't say it out loud. The cracks crept in not with an explosion, but in quiet withdrawal. No dramatic fights, no leaked DMs, just subtle shifts. Remy's career began to demand more of her. New ventures, TV deals, executive roles. She was working harder than ever to cement her legacy beyond rap. Meanwhile, Papoose stayed grounded. His life slowed for domestic rhythm, for stability. Friends noticed the shift. They said Remy's world was expanding. Papoose, who once operated in tandem with her grind, felt increasingly sidelined. He wanted her presence, real moment-to-moment presence, more love, less lyrics. Sources hinted at arguments off-camera. Remy wanting to hustle, Papoose wanting to hurt less. Emotional climates diverged. Still, they stayed silent in public, maybe because silence avoids spectacle. Maybe because love doesn't require press coverage. But as fans watched photo feeds, birthday wishes, and reposts slow, one truth became obvious. The narrative was shrinking, and the void between them was growing. Fast forward to the moment that changed the tides. A throwback photo, Remy and Papoose, younger, intimately close. Smiles shared in old-school playground light. A caption appeared that cut through any doubt. Love like ours don't fade. Time don't erase it. Mistakes don't destroy it. I still believe in forever, with you. It hit like thunder. Users scrolled, stopped, and stared. Celebrities paused to repost. Journalists pivoted and typed. Fans flooded the comments, tagging Papoose's handle like a beacon of hope. Tears, prayers, Jodeci lyrics. Even those who think of love as transactional were struck dumb, because this was emotional transparency from someone famous for swagger, grit, and grind. It felt real, it felt vulnerable, and it did something rare in celebrity press cycles. It felt human. Nobody knew what Papoose would do next, or if he'd do anything at all. He didn't like the post. He didn't repost. There was no update. Just digital silence in the face of a public confession. In 2,000+ comments on Remy's post, many fans expressed that silence hurts more than a lie. Some interpreted silence as reflective. Maybe he needed time. Maybe he didn't want drama. Maybe he believed in healing privately, not publicly. Others saw silence as unresolved pain. Tweets like, "Guess they aren't together," or "Remy got on her knees," and still no answer trended. That void became its own statement. Fans watched every Instagram story unmute. Some waited for a hint of recognition, a heart emoji. Others prepared for radio silence turned documentary episode. What does it mean when love speaks loudly in one place and the response whispers nothing in return? To understand this moment, it's necessary to unpack layers. Before the post, insiders said, Remy had taken the high road, private therapy, GPS overlays of pride, but public distance. But heartbreak is exhausting. Trying to hold space for someone while building empires can feel like carrying water in a colander. The rumors included emotional neglect, feelings of frustration, deeper insecurities. People close to the couple said Remy felt unseen, even by her own cheerleader. That sense of being unloved in the cavern of chaos choked the silence. When love stories get edited into partner roles, he's the provider, she's the queen, sometimes no one remembers they're humans first. And sometime, in the absence of intimacy, voice becomes a confrontation, a confession, a carve-out for memory. Remy's caption wasn't just nostalgia. It was redemption, a reassertion that loyalty deserves recognition, that years of love don't evaporate due to distance. What followed wasn't just commentary, it was a cultural rumble. Bloggers broke down word choice. Tweets pointed to subtle line breaks. Reels were edited with emotional music. Meanwhile, friend accounts posted crying emojis, heartbreak memes, hashtags like hashtag #RightAgain or hashtag #BringBackMamacita. Creators and influencers divided. Some romanticized the potential reconciliation. Others posted essays on emotional maturity. Some musicians previewed songs citing Remy's caption vibe. Celebrities joined the stream with Drake mumbling support in an Instagram live, Khaled saying, "I need you two to work this out." All around, fans were united by a visceral craving for resolution, beauty in healing or heartbreak in honesty. Each silent minute from Papoose escalated the tension. Remy Ma is no stranger to adversity. Her legacy includes prison sentences, industry disputes, reality TV triumphs, and chart success. She's known for her attitude, her authenticity, and her unrelenting hustle. But this post, it highlighted her soul. It revealed vulnerability. It acknowledged that fame doesn't replace love. That motherhood sometimes magnifies loneliness. That power doesn't preclude doubt. And that expressing love in public isn't weakness, it's courage. This message, if nothing else, was an admission that a woman, tired of being archived, chose to speak herself into the story again. And even if that story never resumes, she reinserted herself with intention. Now the world holds its breath for Papoose. He is the only one who can change the trajectory. A post, a story, a song, a private text, anything. Fans ask, will reconciliation erase the silence? Or will silence become termination? If he responds, he'll shape updates. If he does not, silence might mark an ending. And what's ambiguous will become archetype, unrequited love. The story of a woman who believed forever, but lost the response. It's a knot tied in public air, only Papoose can unravel it or leave it knotted forever. Romance in headlines often shrinks into spectacle. But this moment, if treated with gravity, can spark a lesson. That once legends are human. That love demands bravery at 50 and at 50,000 followers. That silence can harm just as much as fights. If this rekindling succeeds, it may be the breakup redemption story of the decade. If it fails, it might become a reminder that people grow, sometimes apart. But either way, Remy's message is a testament to reflection, risk, and reclamation. Fans now speak of redemption arcs, emotional growth, healing over hate. They debate if Remy's humility is emotional currency. They ask if Papoose will choose closure, not revocation. Here's where things could move. A public response, a heartfelt IG story or post validating or explaining silence. A song, Papoose has album history, maybe he's recording responses rather than tweets. A conversation video, could they bring cameras to this reconciliation? No response at all. Some relationships warp in silence until they dissolve entirely. Whatever happens, remixes and reactions will follow. Fans might analyze any sign of awareness, presence at events, rings, body languages in interviews. Even mutual acquaintances' quotes will carry weight. But the message left people rethinking love, not spectacle, and that may be the greater legacy. So now we ask you, do you think Papoose will respond publicly? Can love, in silence or confession, survive unchecked distance? Is this message hope or heartbreak? Drop your comment with if you're trusting in love's second chances.